Welcome to Earthly Reads, a My Cup of Earth production. In a tiny village, nestled in the heart of a lush green valley, there lived a little rabbit named Rosie. Rosie was a curious and adventurous rabbit, with a fluffy white coat and bright brown eyes that sparkled like the morning dew. She loved to explore the world around her, discovering new wonders and making friends along the way. Rosie lived with her family in a cozy little burrow on the outskirts of the village. Her parents, Remy and Rena, were kind and gentle, and they taught Rosie all about the importance of kindness, compassion, and hard work. Rosie's siblings, a mischievous bunch of rabbit kits, were always getting into trouble, but Rosie loved them dearly and enjoyed playing with them in the sunshine. One day, while out on a walk, Rosie stumbled upon a beautiful, shimmering stone. It was unlike any stone she had ever seen before. It seemed to glow with an inner light, and it felt strangely warm to the touch. Rosie was immediately drawn to the stone, and she felt an inexplicable connection to it. As she held the stone, Rosie began to feel a strange sensation in her paws. It was as if the stone was communicating with her, sending her messages and images that only she could see. The stone told Rosie of a magical world, hidden deep beneath the earth, where creatures lived in harmony with the land and the elements. The stone showed Rosie a vision of a great tree, its branches reaching up towards the sky, its roots digging deep into the earth. Rosie was enchanted by the stone's visions, and she knew that she had to find a way to get to this magical world. She spent every spare moment studying the stone, trying to learn more about its secrets and the world it showed her. Her parents and siblings were skeptical at first, but as Rosie's fascination with the stone grew, they began to notice changes in her. She was more confident, more curious, and more compassionate towards others. Rosie's journey to the magical world began on a sunny morning. When she set out to follow the stone's guidance, she packed a small bag with food, water, and a few essentials, and bid farewell to her family. They waved goodbye, wishing her luck and cautioning her to be careful. As Rosie walked, the stone glowed brighter in her paws, leading her through fields and forests, across streams and over hills. She met many creatures along the way, some friendly, some not, but she kept her wits about her and her heart full of wonder. After many hours of walking, Rosie came to a great stone door, adorned with intricate carvings and symbols. The stone door was covered in moss and lichen, and it seemed to hum with a gentle, earthy energy. Rosie felt a surge of excitement and trepidation as she reached out to touch the door. The door swung open with a soft creak, revealing a tunnel that descended deep into the earth. Rosie took a deep breath, feeling the stone's energy coursing through her veins, and stepped into the tunnel. The air was cool and damp, and the sound of dripping water echoed through the passage. As she walked, the tunnel grew darker and narrower, until Rosie had to feel her way through the darkness. She stumbled upon a small chamber, lit by a soft, blue-green glow. The room was filled with strange, glowing plants and fungi, and in the center of the room, a magnificent tree stood tall. The tree's branches reached up towards the ceiling, its roots digging deep into the earth. The tree's bark was smooth and silver, and it seemed to pulse with a gentle, life-giving energy. Rosie felt a sense of peace and belonging wash over her as she approached the tree. Suddenly, a soft, rustling sound filled the air, and a group of creatures emerged from the shadows. They were unlike any creatures Rosie had ever seen. They had skin that shone like moonlight, and hair that flowed like the wind. They welcomed Rosie with open arms, and the tree's energy enveloped her, filling her with warmth and light. The creatures told Rosie that she had been brought to this magical world for a purpose, to help them restore balance to the land. A dark force, known only as the Shadow, had begun to spread its influence threatening to destroy the harmony and beauty of the world. The creatures asked Rosie to join them on a quest to defeat the shadow and restore balance to the land. Rosie, with her courage, compassion, and determination, agreed to join the quest. She spent many days and nights with the creatures, learning about their world and their struggles. She discovered that the shadow was a dark, malevolent force that had been growing in power for centuries, and that it was fueled by the negative emotions of the creatures. Rosie and her new friends set out on their journey, facing many challenges and dangers along the way. They battled fierce creatures, solved puzzles, and overcame obstacles. But Rosie's heart remained steadfast and true. She used her connection to the stone to guide her, and her compassion to heal the creatures and the land. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the shadow, Rosie and her friends discovered that the source of the darkness was a great, dark crystal. The crystal was imbued with the negative emotions of the creatures, and it was the key to defeating the shadow. Rosie, with her bravery and determination, reached out to touch the crystal. As she did, she felt a surge of energy flow through her, and the crystal began to glow with a soft, white light. The shadow, sensing its power waning, let out a mighty roar and began to dissipate. With the shadow defeated, the creatures of the magical world celebrated their victory. Rosie, exhausted but triumphant, was hailed as a hero. The creatures thanked her for her bravery and compassion, and they asked her to stay with them, to help them rebuild and restore their world. Rosie, with a heavy heart, knew that she had to return to her own world. She said goodbye to her new friends, promising to never forget the lessons she had learned and the adventures she had shared. As she emerged from the tunnel, she found herself back in the village, surrounded by her family and friends. They welcomed her back with open arms, and Rosie knew that she had grown and changed in ways she never could have imagined. She had discovered a new world, and a new sense of purpose. She had learned that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, and that with courage, compassion, and determination, anything is possible. And so, Rosie returned to her burrow, her heart full of wonder and her spirit full of light. She knew that she would always carry the lessons of the magical world with her, and that she would use her gifts to make a difference in the world. The end. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.